If there's a little green dot in the corner, yeah.
We're back.
We're back. That's the bird. It's the bird. He's so cute. Since caw caw and other bird noises.
So that's the bird we built.
Yeah. So that one was cool. That was like uber mixed media. 3D printed plastic, a bunch of foam shit, some fabric, some other fabric, paint.
Are we not?
Huh?
We are getting audio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I saw Naku's comment. It's the Mayan Tower. They're like, oh no, the audio.
Oops.
Oh yeah, Dharma wants to know the mod rules. We don't know the mod rules yet. But we'll figure it out.
Oh, I'm behind the picture, but that's the other puppet we built.
Yeah.
So both of those were the heads were sculpted by Danny in
ZBrush.
ZBrush. So in 3D, then we 3D printed Scuttle's head, and then 3D printed this guy's head, and then had to make a mold so we could make multiples of this. Because Ryan cast and made 6 silicone latex, and then I painted them and finished them. So that's kind of what those things are.
Yeah.
That was for a production of The Little Mermaid.
Amy says, "What did you 3D print onto? Foam? No, that one was all. So it's all plastic. What?
PLA?
PLA.
PLA.
Yeah, it was printed PLA plastic, and then printed in PLA plastic, and then I created a pattern of fleece to go over the head part, and then the beak was just finished and painted on. So the beak was still plastic, and then I had to create this like kind of complicated pattern for like so that the because then he made the head really detailed. So like I had to, like these like areas where like the fur the fleece had to fit into. So it was actually kind of really fun to get to do something where the pattern was really complicated. So I had to do that. I don't even remember how. Oh, I did the tape thing. I taped it up and then did that, and then I had to kind of fix it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's plastic.
And next time we learned, we won't. We will sculpt the eyes as a separate piece.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of worked out. I feel like next time, if we were to do this bird again, I would want to do what we did with the other ones: is cast in latex, because then it'd be a little bit
move more.
It would move a little bit better, and also the bird, because it was plastic. Whenever you close the lips, it'd go clank clank into its mouth. So I had to put padding on the inside to keep it from clanking so much. So it'd be nice to just have something that's a little softer. There must be she wants to mod severely.
Because Rusty said moderately.
Do we like plastic for the puppets or prefer foam? I'd rather use foam. Yeah, that was more of like we need to get this done, so we just kind of went with that. I think otherwise we would have gone into latex for that.
Yeah.
I mean, for some things like that 3D print, because the head was so detailed and it needed the specific shapes, it was better to do it that way.
It had the convenience of a beak, so plastic made sense at the time.
Funny story, when I was printing, somewhere in the middle, you ran out of filament, right? It ran out of filament, so Ryan had to like stop it and put new filament and stuff. So in the middle of the print, it almost had like a seam, like you could actually split it apart, like it wasn't like completely put together. So Ryan kind of did a little bit of like welding into it and put some stuff just to kind of hold it together. And I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll put some epoxy clay in it. Yeah, reinforce it. It'll be fine. I walked upstairs, and on my way back down from upstairs, outside in my courtyard, which has like stone steps, I dropped the head and it tumbled down the stairs and in the ground. And Ryan was not happy with me, but I fixed it because it came apart a little bit. But I did the epoxy clay into it, and it was fine. It worked out.
see your work over here. Hey, Metal God says, "Hello, how goes the building?" The building, it goes.
Good.
We're on the fabric part, which is
fabric,
the
yeah.
super speedy part because we're hand stitching. So
Yeah. I've been doing a really good job too. You guys like this? I'm a good manager.
okay. I was wondering where you're going with that.
Hey, I'm doing the brainy parts, like figuring out how to make the pattern different.
Yeah.
You're like my seamstress.
That's fine.
Oh, you guys asked about attaching earlier. See how it just sits on top? But what we do attach is here, when this bends around into the mouth, we actually will glue this into the mouth so that these little flaps aren't flipping around. They'll get glued. But that's the only kind of glue we use on the fabric. Which is cool, because if you were to use this puppet for a while and it got dirty, or for some reason you didn't like the color of it anyway, or for any reason you want to change the fleece out, you can just take it off and put new fleece on it. Or if you want to change the inside for some reason, like it got, I don't know, something fell apart, you ripped some of the foam on the inside, you could just, as long as you have the pattern, you just take the foam inside and then put a new one in, which is pretty cool. Aegis says I gotta take my pup for some exercise, since we're sharing a little knowledge. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you, have fun with your puppy.
James Goob says, "How much would be a commission be if it involved 3D printing? Something less felt and more labyrinth." Labyrinth was mostly foam latex.
Foam
puppets.
latex, yeah. But I figured that's the way we would do it. We would probably design it in 3D, and then...
I mean,
And
we
then-
need an oven.
Huh?
Well, commission-wise for something 3D printed, it's
Yeah.
going to be expensive anyway.
Yeah, so it would, whatever we, like, we said $1,000 for a kind of puppet like this, it would probably go above that quite a bit.
Because what you don't think about is the time the technician has to put in.
Yeah.
Because like, I have to make the file appropriate to go onto the machine.
I've learned how to do that.
So yeah, so like one person would have to sculpt. So it'd be a lot of sculpting, the initial in a sculpting, and then prepping for print, and then actually printing, and then you go into the puppet building part, which is building the rest of the body, building the rest of everything, which would be
And the machine,
a
you
bit
kind
harder.
of have to know like its intricacies, because PLA is finicky, and if you don't get the first layer right, it will screw up everything else. And you also have to like pay attention to it, like something can get clogged in the intake, and then the ink will stop running basically, and and then you'll have like nothing printed for an inch, and it'll suck. So if you don't have someone monitoring it, you lose all that work.
Yeah, can you guys hear Ryan? There's Ryan just talking to nobody right now.
Rev is like, just make me a full-size Elder from Dark Crystal, something a 6'2" guy can fit in. Dude, the Mystics are my favorite. That's what I want to be.
I think maybe we should just build one for ourselves and make it a stream. Go through that process.
That would be fun. We can take it to
That would
cons
actu-
and shit.
that would act-
Actually, I want to build one of the gods from Fifth Element, the golden guys.
The big guys?
Yeah,
Ooh, that would be cool.
that would be a hell of a
Yeah,
build.
maybe we should build a couple of things just for us, just for fun, just so we can stream it, and that way maybe we can kind of finesse some of those that process.
Sure.
Because I would love like a little goblin from the labyrinth.
Me too. And we could hand sculpt those. Like we would.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd have to 3D print to get that done. I think if we wanted to make a shit ton of them or something, yeah.
But I feel like it might be good just to get that process,
Sure.
because I feel like
I mean, I'd be happy. Let's do it.
it'd be a good thing to kind of like lay down that thing. And that's that. We can hear Ryan. Okay. they
Iron
can hear.
Man Scrum. We're in Southern California. Can we pull our monies together to get a puppet version of Baby Ryan with an afro? Adorable.
Why not? I cut my
You what?
Oh, remind me that when you leave, I have to move my car to your spot.
Okay.
So don't let you leave without me leaving with So we have an hour left.
Wait, where are you parked? Aren't you out front?
Yeah, but I had to move because went to pick up my nephew and I lost my parking spot. It's
oh, gotcha.
street events tomorrow.
Sure.
So if I can have your spot, then I don't have to worry about it.
No problem. Amy says, "Is this one of your houses or a studio or something?" This is Art's place.
Yeah, this is my apartment. That's my office in the back. The part where we are currently is normally my living room. But we moved the couch to move the dining room table over here. Because we were over there. That's where the dining room table normally is. But I have a TV right there, so we can actually look at the stream and watch the chat. I thought it was easier.
It is. It is much better. It says, "I used to live in Escondido, but that was probably years before you were born." That's very possible. I believe. Rev says, "Okay, since it's a Henson production, does Moya count as a puppet or a set?" Moya. You know Moya?
No, sorry, I was reading Naku's message. Moya count as a puppet? I said Moya. I'm not. What is Moya? Remind us. I'm not sure what. I'm not. As soon as you tell us, I'm gonna go. Oh, that.
Yep. Farscape. Ooh, is that the
Oh,
little
the ship.
little? Oh,
No. The pilot is, but Moya is just a living ship.
That's sad thing.
Pretty sure.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
No, I've seen it. I've never actually sat.
No,
down
I know
and
what he's
watched
talking about though.
it. Hey Ryan, are you home tomorrow?
So what is tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Today's Thursday. Sorry. Tomorrow's Friday. What the fuck are you doing?
Never mind. I'll talk to you after the stream.
I work at 12:30.
Did I say tomorrow?
You did.
I didn't mean tomorrow. I'll talk to you.
We're all
afterwards.
doing great.
I'll talk to you afterwards.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
Danny Montooth. Pilot and Moya, and they work together as a team.
Right. But
Yeah.
you never see Moya move.
Oh.
Yeah, she's just an image. Well, I mean, like a rendered 3D object in space. The only one who like you see Pilot and you see the little bots running through her. So they're all puppets.
Take your word for it.
Ah, I love that.
I feel like I wanted to. I haven't gotten into it. Like I like the look of it. I was always bored.
Yeah. I always wanted to cosplay as the big guy.
With the weird tentacle beard or whatever he had. I saw like a weird episode where like either he or the blue one was in Heat or something. That's the only episode I actually remember.
Somebody Naku clip. What day is it? Oh, did you guys see that people are gonna get? Oh, they already have them. They have the clip like top clipper badge that the Knuckle has.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
I left.
Iron Band's says, "I'm very glad I found your stream. Look forward to learning lots from you. Yay! Cool.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna bring out the helmet for those people who weren't here earlier.
Oh no!
Oh,
Newton
no.
got squished.
Huh?
Newton got squished.
Uh-oh. He'll pop back, right?
I think so. I just have to like pull them out. So this is new. This is one of the other files we worked. We started work on this a while ago for another web series we were doing, and then D&D took over our time. We'll go back to this. Finish this guy.
This is something that will actually be child friendly.
Yeah,
We are capable of it, believe it or not.
but he's already kind of. But I just found him in the closet, squished a little bit. So
Yeah,
Might
he's
have
such a
to-
pretty shape.
yeah, this guy we custom made this pattern. We had to we sculpted him out of clay and then took the pattern out of him. But in case you weren't here earlier, for one of the next things we're gonna do, I don't know when, but in the coming months, is we're gonna take this guy, which this goes on top of here, and we're gonna finish him up. He is a resin cast, first order TIE Fighter pilot helmet that I need to finish. I've had him for 2 years, like 2 years. I got him, bought him, and then never did anything with it. I was supposed to paint him and fix Bondo stuff and fix it, and like these, I got a hold of this way before even any of these were available. It was before the movie came out, actually.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna be one of the first people to have one, and then I got lazy and I didn't finish it. So we're gonna work on this guy.
It's like a Matrix soundtrack.
Oh, I should have plugged in the audio because we could have given Ryan a full mic so he would talk from over there. We should bring more webcams and see how many webcams we could fit in there.
We should get at least 15 webcams so we can have one for each button. Well, I was like, did someone say Farscape?
Looks like the chat didn't care anything about the helmet. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
Okay, nerd.
Okay, nerd. Good luck with your Star Wars.
Here's $1. Go watch a Star Wars. That or the chat might just be delayed.
Or like a 3-minute delay.
Man, so I really want to cosplay Carnage,
Yeah.
like Robat. Carnage from Altered
Yeah.
Carbon. Because that suit is dope. I love Matt Frewer.
I haven't seen good pictures of him. I have to watch the TV show.
There like are no good images of him.
Mm-mm.
Like they're all in the dark and super washed out. Like even in the show, it's like that. There's like 2 shots of him in an outfit, but it's not the outfit that I like. There's like him without the jacket. And he's got like a purpley billowy thing, and I don't like that. I want like his like ringleader outfit.
There must have wants to watch G wear the helmet. No, I don't want to.
So much screaming amplified. No, thank you.
And she can't be trusted with expensive things.
That too. Like tape.
Tape. Did you talk about how to do the ladder stitch and the pulling?
Yes, I mentioned it at the top. I haven't mentioned it again though. Probably could though. So, for those of you who are new, or weren't here when we first started sewing, we're doing what's called a ladder stitch. And so the ladder stitch, basically, so you go here, you go directly across, you enter in, you go up, you do this. What? Shut up.
Nobody can see that.
That's fine. That's why I'm describing it, because even if I put it there, we can't see it. Yeah,
Look
so-
up ladder stitch on YouTube. You'll get a good description of it. But it helps to hide the seams really well.
Yeah, you can do like 4 or 5 of them, and then you give it like a nice little gentle tug, and it brings the edges in together. It hides the seams really nicely.
It's a combination of that stitch and this fleece. You can kind of, once you're done sewing, you can just pick out the fleece like this. Just literally with a, just pick at it, pull some of that, and it blends in the seam so it's less noticeable.
Goop says, wait, is G the person that used up all the expensive tape taping a person up?
No, that was me. That was me and a few other people, and that was like 12 years ago.
before he knew better.
Yeah, Jean-Pierre was probably like 9 when that happened.
Oh my god.
Moneyball, I really liked Farscape.
Babylon 5. I watched more Babylon 5 than I watched Farscape. It's because Tron was in it.
James Scoop says, this music makes me feel like I'm in a 1990s Christian animated show, like Reboot. Wait, Reboot was Christian? Was it a Christian show?
It also sounds like the opening to the Jackie Chan
I think
Adventures.
he meant CGI.
Hmm.
I might have corrected to Christian. What'd you say?
So it sounds like the opening to Jackie Chan Adventures, which is
Oh.
making me nostalgic for that cartoon because I fucking
That's a
love
good
it.
show.
What?
I corrected to Christian when he said CGI.
I was gonna say, I feel like a digital universe would just piss off a whole bunch of people.
But what on a puppet where like it ends like that, where it's like a
Just a flat edge.
yeah, like a flat edge, like a beak almost.
Yeah, I could do that.
You can do that. So here it is. So now this stuff has to get glued on the inside, which I'm not sure if I'm ready to do it yet. I'll make sure this is good.
My Golly asks, how old is G and how old are you two? I don't know. Actually, I don't remember how old G is. Because I just remember, like, I met her when she was 19-ish.
She's like mid-20s at this point. I lost track. She's like 25. 23, 4, 25. Something like that. In the middle. I'm 23.
Bitch.
Danny's like 37,
Ha!
I think.
I'm 29.
Ugh, I'm 36.
28 for now.
And he's 30. Ryan says he's 38.
Yeah.
Ryan and Danny are the same age.
Iron Banscrim says, what type of fabric do you use for inside the mouth? Use a piece of upholstery weight, faux suede. That would work. We just did felt. Just cheap little felt in here. Although we've also done for the inside of mouths, we used indoor carpet for a
Yeah.
mouth plate, like a cheap mouth plate.
That was for like we built like a bunch of, I'll show you. We built a bunch of practice puppets for a class. So we had to build like 20 of them.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And we did it all in like one day in one wave. It was nuts.
These for these guys. These are just like quick build, little practice puppets to teach children how to puppeteer.
Yeah. And our adults that one time.
Oh, and adults too.
And then they're like, we're not doing that adult class anymore because nobody showed up.
And then all of this is just indoor-outdoor carpet. And we didn't layer. This is literally just the one thing on the inside. There's nothing else. As opposed to these, which have, there's like 4 layers of things in there. Because we wanted these to be nice.
Yeah. And those guys that we made are pretty similar to what you'd buy from like the Brooklyn Puppet Conspiracy that I mentioned earlier. It's like that super simple, just easy pattern. These are my words.
Molly Boy says, you don't look 36 at all.
Aw. Everyone on your team looks so youthful. Yeah.
Thank you.
I finally like don't look 17. That took a long time.
Because we're big kids on the inside.
Yeah.
Avoiding the real world by playing with puppets and streaming on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Don't go outside, folks. It's scary out there.
Brad Barber says, regardless, G is adorable, delightfully batshit.
Yep. That's why we love
I'm gonna take a
her.
picture of that and send it to her. Where's my phone?
Oh, you gotta get out your square. Boobity-dee-doo-dee.
No, I found it.
Malakot says, I'm 36 as well, Art. It doesn't hurt. Manly music, manly music, manly. I need some Twitch-approved show tunes up in this bitch.
I can see if there's another playlist that we can do. Or I could just move ahead. Oh, it's just one artist. Let's move past this art. Okay.
Only while ago, like, I'm 21, turning 22, and I just have the same face from like middle school. Same friend. Yeah, you know what? You'll be happy for it later, maybe.
I kind of basically have the same face from like middle school and high school too.
Yeah.
me too.
I'm just saying, you had a beard in high school.
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah. Not at the beginning.
No. As soon
Towards
as
the
I
end.
grow a beard.
Danny's still hoping his beard will come in at some point.
I try every few months. I'm like, oh. So now my lip is even, so I can maybe do a mustache, but then I look like a criminal.
Rep says, I'm 36 and still drink like I'm in my early 20s. I don't look youthful as well as I'm just well pickled. No, I do not drink like I when I was in my 20s.
That's terrifying.
I can't. It feels gross.
Yeah, I'm starting to get there too.
I'm just a little more. I don't know. I like to. Cause remember when you could like drink all night, get really drunk, and then
then
wake
just-
up, be like, oh, I have a little bit of
Okay,
headache.
and then go do 6 shows.
And then go do
I remember
shows.
that. I remember that.
No way.
I can't do that anymore.
I think last time I drank a lot and I got hungover, I was miserable for another whole day. I was just curled up and going, Remember, it says rule number 1: don't stop drinking. Yep. I agree with that. I mean, it's Smarties.
Hey, Deadpool, making more furry friends? Yes. These are
We're more fleecy friends.
fleecy friends.
Where's the mouth?
Yeah.
Alright, I've shown you like 6 times already.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we need to start.
Yeah. I did that. I do that in a different order too,
Yeah?
because usually, that's what I would do. Glue, 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 and then once done gluing, I'd stitch this because this usually would end up needing trimming. But I think this is gonna be fine. This is better fabric than this polar fleece.
Yeah. So now you need to fleece the 40.
Oh yeah, and when we get all the PC parts, we should stream the build of that.
Oh, yeah. Put it here.
Plug,
here.
plug, power.
Plug. And then 60,
And then we like stream the stream from the stream. Have like an alternate account going.
be like 30 minutes of putting it together and like 4 hours of trying to install Windows.
Yeah.
The Windows saying disagreeing with you. No, that's not what you want
It's
to
like,
do.
oh no, you were trying to do something. Updates. Restart.
Remember all those drivers you installed? I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall them because I figured you'd want to put them in again because you look like you had so much fun last time. Windows. We need a third company to come in and mix the really good parts of Mac and the good parts of Windows and then figure something out in between. Because I love my Macs. Like, I love them, but sometimes it drives me crazy too.
You just need all the computers.
Oh yeah, 4 hours of installing Windows and 10 hours of updates, yep. Oh, did you see this?
The blank screen?
No, hold on, it's coming.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me. I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad. Oh, not okay, but I'm glad he's recovering.
Yeah.
Have you sent them progress?
No, I was gonna do it today. I figured if I was gonna ask for an extension, I was gonna be better if we had these on.
Good call.
Also, it's probably going to like remind people of all the goals we've already gotten through today. Who have
Oh, you wanna-
been able to see that?
It's the streaming case. Oh, the board case.
What?
So just gonna know, we want to thank everybody who contributed today to our fundraising goals. We fundraised our streaming PC 1 of 2, but we want to go ahead and take care of that first one. So thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you, all
seriously,
donators.
thank
Yeah,
you
it
so
means a
much.
lot. We honestly didn't think we're gonna get it done in one day, but now we have another one.
It's insane.
And then we now have enough money to buy our power conditioner.
Our power conditioner, which does something cool, Orion says, with
It protects our equipment.
It protects our equipment. It's kind of like a fancy surge protector,
Yeah.
kind of, especially for the audio stuff. So we got that, and then we've started our donation goals for the road case, which is so basically Ryan's gonna design and build a case where the mixer's gonna live in, and the streaming PC, right?
Yeah.
And so basically that whenever we go out to do some outside streams, as we've done a few now, we can just have everything and take it with us. And it also will protect the mixer, especially since you guys helped us raise. Mainly Arlissen, he did all about it. Thank you. But so we can protect it and keep using it and make that last forever. Because if you get a mixer and it's good and you take care of it, it'll last for years. Which is why we wanted to get a good one to make sure that we made the money worthwhile. So we have that. So you guys are helping us grow. You guys are helping us fundraise and grow, so we can keep doing more streams, more stuff like this, more stuff of the show, the D&D show. We're gonna add some video games to it, and just make this a really kind of variety stream where we can stream as much as possible, as often as possible, easiest as possible. Because I think one of the things that keeps us from streaming more often is the setup, because we have to set up this all the time. It takes a long time. It's a lot of effort. So the one thing that we started doing is making a lot of that stuff permanent and Ryan's, where we set up a studio for our D&D show. So that's going to help us set up much faster, especially now the lights are installed, the mixers, they're not gonna live there. I mean, eventually we're going to get maybe some cameras that live there, and we're going to kind of slowly, we don't want to do it all at once, we're going to slowly grow so we don't get overwhelm ourselves and you guys. But yeah, so eventually we'll have a fully permanent place that we can stream from. And then the two PCs that we're looking to build are for my place and one for Danny, so then we can stream from here again easily. Because what we've been streaming with is with Mac laptops, which are fine. Like for this, they're fine because we're just hooked up to webcams. But
for gaming,
for
it's a
gaming and stuff,
nightmare.
it's not fun. And originally we had fundraised for getting some capture cards that were Mac friendly, and then we decided might as well take that money and spend it better, more intelligently, and just build up streaming PC that we can use for streaming and anything. I can still, if I'm gonna stream something from my Mac, I can still use that PC to do the encoding and do the streaming part, and just let my Mac do its Mac thing. Or we can plug it into a video game, or I can plug it into cameras, and that we have a lot more versatility. And the money that you guys are donating is going, it's being used more intelligently. So thank you so much for all of that. That's it. How's that going?
Good. Just the vaccine left.
Those of you who are in the room right now, is there a big difference between us using the camera audio, the webcam audio right now, or we were mic'd last week? I want to see what you guys think we should do for these streams. And should we be on mic? Is it okay to just have a mic in front of us since it's not like a performance? It's just chatting. What do you guys think? Kenny says, this sounds good. Okay. It's just a lot easier because last week when I was doing with the corded mics, I had to get up a bunch of times and it was really hard to get up and go do stuff. So I was thinking of using maybe wireless labs, maybe, but everybody seems to be okay with this, so maybe we'll do this. What I could do is actually set up a shotgun mic next to the webcam, which might just make it a little bit better. Yeah, okay, the audio is right, is good. So maybe I don't have to worry about micing everybody. Ryan's still working. Okay, I gotta find out what piece of this fabric I'm gonna use. Okay, I'm gonna have to go on the floor for a minute. Oh yeah, we were not mic. We're just using the webcam audio.
Okay, so is there something like this is good, and maybe a shotgun by Ryan, so every person is covered. I would agree with that. So I think we sound fine because we're so close.
Yeah, we weren't planning Ryan to be antisocial, so we didn't plan for that.
There's no room at that table.
There's a full side right here. There's a year. Iron Bandsgram, will you add any color to these skins, and if so, how will you do it? Probably not. I think they're already dyed. They look really pale just in this light, I think. But you can see they're each a different sort of flesh tone. This one's more pale. This one's more brown. This one has some pink in it that's not really showing up. So they're both a nice little flesh color.
I think the only color that would be add maybe
like rosy cheeks, like an
rosy
airbrush
cheeks,
or something.
Yeah, we could do airbrush. Sometimes you can like inside the ears and stuff. You can take a Sharpie and go in there with a Sharpie, and then take alcohol, and then kind of blend that in a little bit. Deadpool says, "Is Ryan whining again?" I don't know. What's going to be added to these like features? Like this guy's gonna get a beard. They're gonna get hair,
Noses, eyebrows, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I was doing something.
He says, "What is Ryan doing? Oh, the mystery. He's building a road case for the mixer in SketchUp. So he's doing work. We're doing work. Everybody's doing work. It's a work day."
Deli Nisha wants to know what the eyes are made out of chunk and cucumber.
Cucumber is halved ping pong ball eyes with matte gaff tape pupils that I punched out using like a Martha Stewart hole punch, and then the under eyes is just like shitty craft foam. I think I actually have a spare of his eyeball or his eye bag here. Where's my little drawers?
Oh, your laptop. Yeah.
This is what Chunk's eyes are made out of. This measuring spoon that I cut out, and I took. That's why Chunk has two. Has one eye bigger than the other. Because at the time when I was building him a long time ago, I didn't feel like buying two sets, so I just decided that I was gonna use the one set, and give him different sized eyes.
Yeah. Here's the bag that goes under the eye, and then there's also a thin layer of this that goes all the way around Cucumber's eye. Which I'm glad I found this. I thought I lost it, so I just need to scale this up once as well for the new one. And I think for the new Cucumber, I'm gonna go for a measuring spoon eye, so I can also scale up the eyes just a little bit. Because if they stay small, he's gonna look real fucking weird. Iron Bands versus oh, that's what we just did. Plastic soup spoons and fabric for the eyes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, spoons are good. I mean, shiny's good, and then a Dremel to like smooth out the sides and stuff. They might not stay glossy, but it's all good. Yeah, I like beer pong balls. Also, they're a little bit smaller than ping pong balls, and they'll. Sometimes they're usually not stamped with something. So like Cucumber's eyes, they had a logo on one side, so I wasted a lot of plastic trying to get like a perfect half, because I could only use one half of each one, and if I fucked it up, I had to get a whole new ping pong ball instead of using the other side.
And you can buy them in massive amounts of numbers. Like,
yes.
I think I bought, was it like 250 of them for like $7 on Amazon?
Yeah.
Hey, I should show them this.
What's that?
Camel out.
Oh yeah.
One of the things we use for teaching is a really good teaching tool for puppetry. is ping pong ball eyes. This doesn't have people. So what you can do is take 2 ping pong balls, make some eyes out of them, and this is what we used to practice. So people can they can have hand puppets. This is a good way to like teach a large group without having to give them all puppets. You just give them ping pong ball eyes. So the way we make these is you just literally put 2 ping pong balls. You glue 2 ping pong balls together. You drill a hole through the end where you're gluing them, and you drill a hole underneath it. I just go here, and then you put it. You can put an elastic, or in this case, I used like one of those cable management Velcro straps, so you can resize it, and then you have a little loop, and then you can teach people to puppeteer. And we like using these tools because then it lets us see their hands. Because when you put your hand inside a puppet, you can't tell what people are doing. So this way you can kind of see like how they're like holding their hand, how they're doing their things with their fingers. Because a lot of people will do is use like their thumbs weird instead of talking. They do like weird things with their thumbs because they're not understanding how to move yet. But yeah, you can make these and start a puppeteer with these. If you want to learn and you don't have a lot of money and don't have a lot of time to build one, just make yourself ping pong one eyes, and at least you can start learning how to puppeteer. Just watch yourself in the mirror and do that.
How would you engineer a puppet who could vape?
I don't know.
Like a brewer's tube.
They basically have the pipe go in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
You never actually make the smoke come from the prop. You have it come from the puppeteer or like a system down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what do you think the average cost of building a puppet is? It absolutely depends. Somewhere from, I'd say for a decent professional quality puppet, you're going to be looking at about $1,000. For like a cheaper practice puppet, you could be looking anywhere from like $200 to $500. But if you want something like crazy custom that can do a bunch of shit, or you need specific materials, that price is always going to go up. And anytime you add something to that process, it's going to go up.
Yeah, and it's really weird how it all varies a lot, depending who's buying the puppet, who you're buying it from. Like a lot of the puppets when we worked at Disney were, I think they started somewhere like $20,000.
Tens of thousands of dollars for those.
I think the most expensive one we had in our small show was $100,000.
Yeah.
But towards the end, most of them were $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. But that's because they were building super crazy puppets.
And there were like licenses to pay and larger shop houses, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say for like a guy working out of his garage, I'd say you're probably going to expect to pay $1,500 to $2,000. Everybody says Jeebus. Yeah.
It's mainly because how time consuming it is.
Yes. Time consuming and also like know-how. A lot of the times it's like if someone's just like, I'm going to make a thing, but they don't research how it's supposed to move, how it's supposed to be constructed, where the weight's supposed to be distributed, how things are attached, like shit like that. Like that knowledge is worth.
Yeah, I guess that knowledge that we take granted for. So like, how should it move? How should it do this? How?
Daily Nightshade asks, Chunk's mouth is pretty expressive. What material is used for the mouth plate to be that flexible and accommodating?
It's called gasket rubber. It's literally the stuff they use for plumbing. If you go to a hardware store, you buy little sheets of it.
Little red stuff.
Little red stuff. This is black, and it comes in different thicknesses. I was using a pretty thin one. Yeah.
Probably even different durometers too.
Mm-hmm. So I recently just gave him a new one. Actually, this last 2 shows that we've done, he's had a new one, and actually made it thicker than it was before, and I kind of don't like it, so I'm gonna rebuild it with give him back a thinner mouth plate so I get more flexibility. But yeah, this is what you use, and it's cool. It's like strong. The only thing about it is the glue and stuff doesn't attach to it as well, so you get a bit of a little peeling on the inside, so it doesn't last as long. But it's good.
Emily asks, how long did you guys train to be puppeteers / build puppets? I feel like it's one of those things like
This is
It-
not what you're proving, is it?
Uh-oh. Music?
This is the ad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
that's
ad.
funny.
Yeah,
Spotify.
that's for, so it should be fine.
So, I mean, I think it takes, I would say, to get good, like, it takes about a year, 2 years, something like that, but you're always going to be learning, and it depends on the person. What was that face for?
No, it was just me thinking. Yeah, I was trying to think of like, it's hard. Like,
Yeah,
different with different
it's
people.
it's like asking like how long does it take to play a guitar well. It's one of those. It's
more you
different
do
for
it.
everybody. The more you do it, the more you practice. Sometimes natural talent is involved as well. Like how disciplined you are.
Yeah, discipline definitely, and like you will need to keep doing it, even if you think like you're not doing well. You just gotta power through it.
Yeah.
Like when I started, I was bad. I was terrible. Like I was initially offered a 3-day spot, and then once we started rehearsals, they were like, "Never mind, we're just gonna give you 1 day." And it took me about a year for me to like get any more than that. But after a while, I ended up being the guy who taught. So like you just gotta keep powering through it and working on it. As long as you keep working on it, yeah.
Yeah, and self-policing is a big thing.
Mhm.
Like you need to be able to recognize when when you fucked up and then how to fix it. And if you don't know how to fix it, that's when you bring somebody else in, and that's.
Specifically for like the shows that we did, we usually did about like if you were a brand new puppeteer, you would get about a week of just puppet training, just how to puppeteer a puppet, how does the puppet work, how to maneuver it, how to make it talk, just basics of it, and then you spend maybe another 2 weeks learning the actual show, in which we kept going on that training, how does the puppet work, but you were just learning the actual show. So for us, it was about a 2 to 3 week process. In terms of the shows that we did at Disney.
Yeah, and that's like just to get signed off. That's just so that they know you're not going to burn the house down. You know, it's
Yeah, when you finished training, you were maybe like at 60%, and then you spend the next while trying to get better, so that you can learn another role in the show. Because you learn one, and then you spend a while, and once people saw that you were comfortable with that, then we learned another part, and you kept going. Then must have been. She says, "I played the guitar in 12 minutes."
That's what I'm saying. It varies.
It varies, yes. I feel like I didn't get to fit the mouth right with Ra, but considering I don't know how it will operate, I guess I did okay. Yeah, it is definitely most things you have to do it, try it, see how it works. Also, the more you puppeteer, I think puppeteers make better builders, because then we know, like, I can just put this puppet on and go, okay, this is comfortable, as opposed to, I've had puppets that were built by not puppeteers.
Yeah.
And they didn't, you could tell they didn't understand how your hand is supposed to feel inside. And like some is too painful, but so as you keep puppeteering, as you keep kind of playing with puppets, you kind of get a feel for like, oh, I kind of like the way this feels. And even then, it'll feel, some people will like different things that you do. Like I know the way I like my mouth plates and how my hand fits in is way different than Danny does.
Yeah.
But that's why it's kind of, I think, better to learn to build your own puppets, because then you can build things that are like for you. I played for 12 minutes, then the guitar exploded. And just kid said, you were just that good.
How'd you get into it in the first place? Asked Emily. Just an interest in puppeteering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a love for what it was. It's like, I think the way my brain always kind of assigned it was like, it's real-time cartoons. So it was something that you could just jump in and do, as opposed to like animation. You had to learn for fucking ever to, make an animation look beautiful. And like animation was like my first love. And puppetry it's the same thing in my head, I think.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many of the same rules apply. Like you still have to like play these lines, focuses everything, like how you move, different characters, how they walk, that kind of stuff, how they think.
And specifically, like I used to play with puppets when I was a kid, because I was a big fan of like Muppets and all that.
Yeah.
And I played with a lot of puppets. I made music videos in like middle school with puppets. And then when I was in my early 20s, there was audition for Disney. They said, "Hey, puppeteers." I was like, "Sure," and I got it. And then after that, I just kept doing it there, and then been doing puppets.
Yep.
Ever since. It was one of those things, like, I was lucky that there was a show that was opening that had puppets, which they wanted, like, good quality puppeteering for, so I got lucky that I was able to learn there.
Same. I played with puppets as a kid. I sucked until I was taught. So, like, until it was a job, I was terrible. And even then, it took me a good chunk of time to get good. Especially because, like, I came from, like, those weird giant, like, that freaky parade puppet. That was the first thing that I ever did. At the park. So like once I started learning like the hand and mouth stuff, like this style puppetry, it was like a whole new world. And the other cool thing about Disney is like there's so many different types of puppets there, so we learned a lot of different styles and how to maneuver these things differently. So like mech puppets and rod puppets, electronic stuff. Like we got to try our hands at pretty much everything. And which is nice, right place, right time. Totally, yeah.
Yeah, oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of luck. And yeah, I mean, similar experience. Like my sister, like I never would have done it, except my sister was a dancer at the parks, and she's like, they're hiring for puppeteers. I know you like puppets, you nerd, go audition. And I did. Oh yeah, do we want to do sleeves?
Yes. Really concerned about this Twitch approved.
Yeah, what is this garbage?
playlist.
Man, it was very explicit music. That's why I was trying to just go with music that didn't have music like.
I feel like last time I did this, it wasn't this bad for some reason. I don't know if I picked a different playlist or a different part of the playlist. It didn't feel.
Yeah, something that just has atmosphere would be better.
And that's what it was before, and it was like just, it was chill. I don't know why this is all like. Put it in my mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
Danny has had vocal training.
Huh?
Vocal training.
No. Oh, I've had voice acting training, which I
Right.
don't consider the same thing as vocal training because I don't know how to sing properly. I don't know how to do anything correctly. I just make funny voices and shit. That's actually where I have to bail tonight. I have my voiceover class tonight. This then says, go back to Mega Man soundtrack. This is the worst song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna scroll down.
Past this artist.
Fast Summer. I'm just gonna click here for a second. I wanna.
Wait, but where, Art? In my mouth? Where? In my mouth?
What's the Twitch music?
I never say this anywhere, but cringe was the right word for that song.
Oh, here we go. This is what I picked
Ah.
last time. Hold on, no. Oh, we were listening to Chiptune. That's what we were listening to.
What is chiptune?
You know what chiptunes are? Like,
don't know what-
I'll play some chiptunes for you.
Well, do we want that if that's similar to what we were listening to?
No.
Ooh,
This
all
is
right.
chiptune.
I'm down with this.
James Goose said that song was fantastic. Vocal training. No, I should probably take some vocal training at some point.
Yeah, man. A classes are filling up. But I do want to take like a singing class soon, because like musical theater, I love it, and I never really did it because I was very self-conscious about singing, and like I didn't know. Like I read music when I was playing instruments, but then I forgot. By the time I wanted to sing, like it just never jived at the right time. So I'm gonna get back on stage, do fun shit. I'm going to, because I always fuck up this part on my puppets,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish this jaw. These are short, or did that just switch itself?
I don't know. No, they're short. There's a couple. There was a couple short ones.
Got it. Wait. This is a little batter.
Hmm?
So this isn't the pattern.
No, you have. There's no pattern for this. We have to make a pattern for this. You have to drape.
I don't know how to do that.
So joining this, is that what you're having issues with? Oh, this might have to be
Yeah.
adjusted.
Yeah.
That's weird because that pattern for this was the same at the bottom. Like we didn't adjust the bottom of it.
No, but I think it being longer pulled some of this up.
Oh, okay. It sounds like
You
two
wanted
things are
to-
playing.
There's like there's like two different soundtracks there, like clashing.
There we go.
Ah, yeah. So
There
that
was
one's
two
not done
things
yet.
playing at the same time.
Oh, that's a good question. Where you put the tracking of the puppet's eyes? You want to cross-eye them, right?
I slide. So I was wondering how you track where the puppets look. Do you just use the screen?
Oh
and have
no,
fun?
sorry. I was
Sorry about that.
looking.
So we actually have monitors under where we are, and we have a feed. We used to have the camera feed, direct camera feed, but now we just as of yesterday, we actually get the feed. What you guys see, we see that now. But either way, we're seeing what the camera was seeing, so we could see what you guys were seeing. That's kind of all puppetry, all TV puppetry basically does is they have monitors seeing what the camera sees, so we can kind of see where the puppets are looking, and you just kind of get used to like pointing the puppet in the direction that you need to. Obviously, some of the things that we don't know exactly where they are, like Ryan is in front of us, we just have to kind of agree on like where that is, or like if one puppet looks at something off in the distance, the other puppet can just join and try to match that level, things like that. Screen is gone. Keep slapping right next to your hair. Yeah, and definitely funny. If you're there in person, sometimes it's hard to know what we're looking at because sometimes if you're here, if I'm looking at Danny,
Yeah.
I might not to him. I might not
Looks
look.
like he's looking out there.
I might not look like I'm looking at him.
But to the camera, it looks like Chunk's looking right.
Yeah. So which I found. I keep forgetting to talk to our guests at Hyper. Hey, just so you know, 'cause some of them will go look at it and go, "Oh, you're talking to me," because we're not directly look at them because we're making it look like we're looking at them from your point of view, from the camera's point of view. But from their point of view, it doesn't always match up. So we play to the camera.
Yeah. All right, teach me.
I mean, you kind of pin that. We're talking pinning this up. Well, yeah, pin it closed. Pin it where like, so you know, like, so you'll be able to cut stuff off. So it's called draping. You just kind of put fabric on the shape that you want to do. It's kind of how they make dresses too. This music's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna find another list. Before we were listening to Adventure. This is a bunch of short ones too. We'll see. How do you make arms? I made an inner arm out of muslin, but plastic chips in 4 different sections, and then skin that. A lot of times what you do is, depending how thin the arm is, but you literally make a fabric tube, and then make a little square, like a long square. Oh wait, I had one. I don't know where I put it. Anyways, like literally just a long rectangle of foam and a long rectangle of fabric, and you just make a tube. Make a tube out of that foam, and you can cut a little slice in the middle of the foam where the elbow would be, so you get a little bit of movement here. So you can make an arm. There's all kinds of ways. Sometimes some people will take a little, like, maybe ping pong balls or styrofoam balls and just make like a little string of them. And you get a little arm that's made it's all loopy. What are other ways to make arms?
Like a shoestring in the middle, wrap that in foam, wrap that in fabric.
Mostly foam. Make a foam tube and a foam fabric.
Some people will also take like a dowel, split it, shave it in, give it a bit of an elbow, and take a piece of leather so it doesn't buckle backwards. So like if keeping elbows is important to you, that's something you can do. In general, though, it's like you don't need that much work on them. It's just going to be like a foam tube, and that'll keep its shape.
Yeah, I think foam tubes is probably the easiest way to go.
And then yeah, just skin it when you're done. Right.
I think maybe we should do it that way that you said when we glue the top
And then stitch.
and then glue and then cut and stitch.
Yeah.
Because I think so. We'll come back to this.
Okay.
But it's worked out pretty decently. And it's a lot. Yeah. I kind of like the tallness of the head because it's gonna hold a lot of that hair shape that we need out of this one.
Mrs. Manface says, did you do any brainstorming for ways Chunk or Cucumber could roll the dice themselves, or did you know handing that off was the best solution? We talked about it for a while, I think.
All those purple dice you see on the table, that was my idea to see if they could actually pick one up.
Well, we can pick them up, we can throw them, we just can't do it twice.
Yeah.
So that became the main problem. It's like either there would have to be like a receptacle, but then us being able to actually read them, we would need another monitor and another camera for us to see what the dice results were without having to have somebody else tell us what we rolled. We were thinking about going digital with the dice, but I really liked the sound and the joy of actually rolling a fucking die. And we still might. I mean, we could play around with it. There's no.
Especially now that we have the Stream Deck. We were just talking about this earlier today.
It's easy when it's somebody who knows, like when Amber does it, she knows what she's doing with the dice, and she knows what she will roll before us before we even ask her sometimes.
Yeah.
So that worked out. But sometimes with certain guests, it's harder. Like Jeep. So we have been talking about, actually we just talked about today and yesterday about trying other ways to maybe get us to roll differently.
Yeah. There was like, tried to sketch up like a little dispensary system. It was stupid. But it's gonna have like a little like latch at the bottom. Or no, we like scoop them in and we like latch them so we can catch them in a cup and then we can just dump the cup in.
Flying Bob says certain guests.
Wob wob.
I think we are gonna try something out.
Yeah.
If anything, for fun.
Yeah. And
I still do think that having somebody roll for us is the easiest, quickest way.
Yeah.
Because there's it's just simple. Oh my god.
I gotta pee. Hear that, everyone? I have to pee.
Archie, this is my candy. This is the candy that Amber, but you can have some.
Thanks.
This is what's a good thing I didn't come home with that candy because there was more candy waiting here. Archie Optrix says, hi all, I just rolled a 20 for no reason. Cool. Oh, I should probably keep working on this. Oh, but I need Danny to see what I'm doing. So that way you kind of, when you want to drape, you kind of just put the fabric on top and you start kind of pinching where like if you feel like it needs to go in, it needs to take a shape. I mean, you start pinching and putting pins on it so you get a nice tight shape, and then you just kind of cut those parts out and then you sew them together. It's not terribly hard. It's just one of those things you have to just kind of do a few times to get. To kind of where it bunches up. I would just make a little dart there. I'd kind of pinch this fabric here, put the pins on it, and keep track of the places where I need to pinch fabric out. And all you do is you just slice that off and then you sew it together. But this shape is actually pretty simple shape, so we don't need a whole lot of fabric on this. This is actually going to work out pretty decently as it is. I think the tops up here is kind of where we're going to need to pinch a little bit, but that's not too far off. You ever thought of giving Skinless Joe a drink recipe of the night so your artists can drink along? That might be a good idea. That would be funny. That'd be easy to do.
Totally.
Skinless Joe, drink of the night.
Yeah, you are basically a drink master anyway, so.
Ooh, then we'd have to do it the week before, so then the next week people get the stuff that they want to join in.
Post in the Discord.
I'll post in the Discord.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good idea. We have a lot of favorite drinks. Because I like drinks. So there's that ping-pongy thing work? Bell XP says, so does that ping-pongy bit thing work? I don't know what that means. Explain, Bell XP. What do you mean? Deadly Nightshade 666 said, have you thought of giving the Skinless Joe a drink recipe of the night so your audience can drink along?
Oh my god, can we?
Yeah.
Let's do
I
it.
said we just posted in Discord like a few days before so people can get stuff if they need something.
The last time, sure. Yeah, the last time Joe was mixing drinks, they were all from Quark's Bar. I don't think anybody caught it in the chat.
Oh, that thing. I see what you mean, Bell XP.
Yeah,
She meant the
it's
little
got
plink board.
physics.
Yeah, the plink board, yeah. I keep losing my phone, doesn't it?
It's the greatest candy ever.
Is it?
Alright. Uh-oh. I'm dirty.
What'd you do?
That wasn't me.
Oh my god. So the shape is not too bad. It's actually pretty... I mean, literally all you have to do is kind of find out where you think it needs to be pinched. Like, I feel like maybe down here a little bit. Find out how to get it. Okay, so I think... Let me get that. I think you, like, pinch that, put pins where it needs to go in, and then just start like cutting that off, you know?
Yeah.
Would you rather not?
I'd rather not, just because I know I'm going to want a symmetry to it, and the way I work, I'll like snip to even it out, and snip again to even it out, and then nothing left, and I'll have to cut the whole damn thing again.
Okay, give me hints. Do you have a lot of them? Do we have
I have a bunch of them, bro.
It sounds like gun shit.
You sound like gun shit.
Why does it keep skipping so much?
I don't know.
I don't know, I don't control
Spotify
it.
is a piece of crap.
This is like the preview of this album. It's not the actual one. That's what it is.
Play on Spotify.
Yeah. That's what's wrong. You're what's wrong.
Also, thank you for the bits.
But I do want to hear some gun shit.
Gun shit? What's gun shit?
Let's see, where are we on? Or how far did we get? I don't know.
No idea. Let's just play this up.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit down.
That's how that's supposed to work.
Oh, you
We were previewing it the whole time.
Oh.
I want to
Bang, 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 bang.
Danny, it's 4:25.
What?
It's 4:25.
Okay, so I have a half an hour.
Oh, you're doing it at 5?
That's what I was supposed to leave last time.
Oh, I thought you told me 4:30.
Did I?
Yeah. It was 4:42 when I was like, hey, did I sleep 12 minutes ago?
Oh.
You want to check on my long time to take it to get there? So you don't have a freak out moment again?
That's what I do.
Do you have excess fabric at the bottom that you tuck out the body? Yeah. So I have quite a bit of here. I'll probably end up like, I'll probably cut this down because there's a whole bunch, but so it'll tuck inside a little bit. Because right now it goes in maybe like 5 inches, 4 inches, and you probably don't need that much. And then probably on the inside I'll probably build the sleeve. Then we're going to build a sleeve that'll be attached to the head. So out of the head will be a sleeve that comes down, and this is what your hand goes in, so then I'll go inside the body. But yeah, there's a little bit of time to go in. James Goose goes, we've been listening to previews for half an hour. No, just this when I decided to change the music, because that other music. So yeah, maybe half an hour.
And I can hang out for another half hour. If I leave at 5, I can still make it.
What time did you class?
It's at 7.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Last time I had to get gas too.
Do you want to start gluing those mouths so we can get those done and then stitch that thing up?
Sure. You want to hot glue those or contact cement
contact
those?
I have. Give me 2 minutes. Let me see if I can find acid brushes.
Okay.
'Cause if I find those, then those are easier to use for that.
Iron Bandsgram says, did the next sleeve get attached to the body? So, no, well, sort of. The sleeves, actually, no, they don't. They get pinned sort of at the end. Here, I'll walk you through it. So, you'd build the sleeve starting here. So, you'd glue it to the inside of the head. The sleeve then comes down through the body, comes out the other end, and then you give it like a little ring of like boning, so you have something to grip, and that helps you get in and out of the puppet. So you basically like
It's never attached.
you just give it a super long sock. Yeah, it's just attached to the top, and then once you run it through and you get your like neck length that you like, you'll pin it in place, usually to the body. I mean, and also sometimes people will just attach the neck to the body, but sometimes you get weird twisting when that happens. The sleeve gives you a little bit more give from side to side.
I just found a bunch of stuff like apparently I went to the store for something and then
Just accumulate them.
Ah. Those acid brushes are so useful. I bought a bunch of them. Wait, no.
Are you guys gonna keep streaming after I build?
No, I'm probably gonna wrap up.
Okay. Well then, if we're gonna,
Huh?
once we wrap up, just let me know, and then we'll find somebody to host or
Ah.
raid,
Cool.
so we can continue to be good Twitch citizens.
5:30.
5. I'm only at 5.
So maybe we should wrap now so we can chat.
Okay.
And we keep working on it, but we'll just wrap it up.
All right. Well, you heard
the
man, kids.
Yeah. Okay. So we got business to handle. So if Danny has to leave in half an hour, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up now, so we can have. Yeah. Molly got this the uptime after we crashed OBS because I was trying to show pictures. So we started at 12:30. No, it started at 1 to 4:30. 3.5 hours for this. Yeah. We'll be back. If we may end up not, we'll see if we'll end up streaming the rest of this puppet build. If we don't, we're still gonna build more puppets, so we'll go over some of this stuff again. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll be back again Monday. We'll back at Hyper RPG. So come check out our show at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Wednesday is we're finding the guests. We'll see what happens because I won't be there for the next 2 Wednesdays, and we'll see. We'll let you know. Follow us on Discord. Join the Discord so you guys can keep up what's going on, and maybe we'll start throwing in Joe's drink of the week so you guys can, join in. So have a good night.
Well, don't leave yet, everybody, because we're going. Don't leave our channel. We're gonna go raid somebody. We're gonna raid Bad Chili.
Let's
He's
raid Bad
streaming
Chili.
right now.
He is streaming right now.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
are
so
going-
hang on.
Yeah, hang out. We're gonna give him a bunch of love, give him a bunch of attention, spam those emotes, tell him we sent you, and yeah. All
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna keep talking. Let me know when it's ready.
It's happening.
It's happening now. Oh, we're going.
So once that timer's gone, we're gonna
Going.
be jumping
All right.
over.
Bye, everybody. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Thank you
We're
so much for
bringing-
donations. They really mean a lot. They've been
Yeah.
really helpful. Putting rain in my pants. Okay. I will tell Chung to have a safe trip. If you guys want to see what's going on my trip, follow me, Art Vega, on Instagram and Twitter. I'll be posting stuff. I'll probably make stories while I'm up there. Instagram stories. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Beep, 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 beep.
Bad chili.
Hmm?
Oh, you got
If we need more leaf, bring in leaf one.